Hello. Let's try to figure out whether we have an example of relation or a function here. Well, the question states, consider a relation between x and y that consists of all points xy such that y is positive and the distance from origin to xy is 25. So what does this mean? Is it a circle? I think it is half circle because x is positive, okay? And then first part is point minus 24 7 in this relation? Explain. Is the relation a function? Explain. Okay, let's first think about what the function is like, okay? Now, let's try to sketch it. What is really the problem? So here we'll try to sketch this function, okay? We say consider a relation between x and y. So here we have x and here we have y that consists of all points xy such that y is positive. So we are in quadrant 2 or in quadrant 1. So we are in quadrant 1 or in quadrant 2, okay? And we have a fixed distance of 25 units from origin. So every point is like from here is like 25. So here it is 25. So it could be here also, right? So we have minus 25 here. We have 25 here, right? And we have 25 here, but not here, right? So all points are kind of 25 units away. Do you see that? So that is what we get. So all these points are like this. So it is like a semicircle, right? So let me join that. So all points x and y are 25 units away. So from the origin, this is my origin, right? So that is function. So is it a function or not? Well, it is a function because it passes the vertical line test. So if I draw a vertical line anywhere, right, it only crosses at one point. So what is kind of the equation for this function? Okay, let me first write down the equation for this function. So equation of a circle with radius of 25 is, right, distance is 25, should be x square plus y square equals to radius square, and radius is 25, so we'll write 25 square, correct? Is this the equation for that function? Can you answer this? I've seen students making huge mistake here, right? They forget that it's written here y is positive. When y is positive, that means y is positive. It cannot be negative, right? So we say where y is greater than equal to 0. Do you see that? So we are not permitting values of y which are negative, okay? The x values for this function, as we can see, is x is less than equal to 25. That becomes the domain. But, you know, if I plug in the values here as xs plus 25, xs within this, I actually get two different values of y. But what we are doing is we are restricting y to only positive values, correct? So it's a semicircle, it's not a full circle, correct? You could actually write this equation to be very correct as this. You say y, we'll just translate all these points here, right? So when we do so we get 25 square, which I could write at 625, but I want to write 25 square only, so that, you know, it's clear what we're trying to do. Minus x square square root, right? Normally, if I write this, then I will write plus and minus because y square was here, right? So whenever you do square root, you write plus and minus. But in this case, since y is positive, we have to write only plus. There's no need to write plus, right? If I don't write anything, it means plus. But just to make it more clear kind to you, I'm just writing this, right? So that is how it could be. So 25 square minus this whole square will give me this kind of an answer, correct? Now, this problem also will this will actually precisely give me the equation of this, correct? Now, let's get back to question A, which is minus 24 7 in the relation? To figure out whether it is in the relation or not, we need to replace x with this, right? So let's find out whether it is in the relation or not. So we'll just check it out. So we'll do what? We'll do square root of 25 square minus 24 square, right? Square root. And we'll try to see what it is, right? Now it's very difficult to do it without calculator. Anyway, but in any case, what we do is 25 square and 24 square, well, this square becomes positive, right? So when it becomes positive, I could actually factor this out. Do you see that? I can use calculator, and I don't want to use calculator because I want to show you that we could do it without calculator here, right? It was easy, and I know I'm going to get an answer here very easily. So what I will do here is to show you how to use your learned properties of factoring. So it's like a square minus b square. Minus minus is, this will become plus, right? So this will be, we can write this as 25 minus 24 times 25 plus 24, correct? Is that okay? A square minus b square. So this, when you square it, becomes positive, right? So 25 minus 24 is 1, and 25 plus 24 is 49, correct? So I will get here, let me squeeze it in, square root of 49. Is that, oh sorry, I'm writing 49. Square root of 49, right? Which is 7. So you get 7, right? So that's your answer. Perfect. You can use calculator and then get this answer also, correct? So this point is on the relation, and the relation is a function. Is the relation a function? Explain. This I explained earlier to you. Since we have this semicircle here, it passes the vertical line test. And the real thing which makes it a function is this restriction. Y is positive. Okay, that's an important restriction, and you should know, if you are given a circle and the question is how can you restrict domain or range to make it a function, well, that's the kind of restriction we are looking for. Okay, so I hope with this example you understand a couple of things. One, how to restrict domain and range, and how to calculate without calculators. Okay, now, so this is a function. Yes, it is, and we did explain it. Hope it helps you to answer similar questions. Thank you.